guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a fire. The hardest part of making a fire is getting it going. So first we got to start off with some dry wood. I'll show you which kind of wood to get and what to not get. So here's my wood pile. Yes. Okay. So the best kind of wood you want to start with is going to be wood like this. You can see how finely grained it is. It's dry. This is what dry wood looks like. It's very light, especially for its size. If you have wet wood, it's heavy and it also feels, well, wet. Now with this would be great for starting fire. We'll split it up into smaller sections and get our kindling. What kind of wood you don't want to use is ones that have like big knots like this. This will be hard to cut and it'll also be hard to get kindling out of. Here's another example of something that would be hard to cut to get kindling out of. This would be good for just keeping a fire going once it's going. Now that we have our wood selected, you want to make sure that you're cutting it on top of a round, like that one. So now we're going to be making kindling. The way to make kindling, some people think to just grab it and chop like this. That is one way to do it, but you see your hand's in the way, right? So if you're doing it like this and get a good swing, you might get your hand. Now a good way to do it is to rest it like this, and now it's in there. And then you can split it, just like that. So now we have a smaller piece. You want to get lined up, get it like that. There it goes. My hand's out of the way. I'm not in risk of chopping my fingers. Just get it resting like that. And she pops off. These are very nice pieces. They're very light, very dry. And yeah, you don't need a lot of force when making kindling. Just like that. Very easy. Make sure to keep your hands out of the way. So you want to get a lot of small sticks. Very small, smaller than this. So right. So you'll get a good amount of these sticks. And once you do, same with this, we'll cut this one in half. Alright, so now we got we have our larger pieces. These are important. We have our medium-sized pieces, also important. And we have our kindling sticks. This is the most important part. You need these. So let's get all of our cut wood, and I'll see you in the house. Here we are with the fireplace. First thing you want to do when making a fire is make sure your damper is open, right? You want to pull that open. Some might look like this, some might be twist open. Just make sure to know how to operate your damper and that it's open. If you don't open it before starting a fire, you're going to smoke out your whole house and you won't be able to get your fire going. Secondly, open your air intake. On other fireplaces, they might be twist and there might be a big knob on the front that you open on, and that allows your air intake. So to get a fire going, you're going to need paper. The best thing to use is cardboard. I'll show you how to do both. So when starting a fire, a lot of people think just, oh, you know, I'll throw a lot of paper in it. That's how you get it going. No, that is not how you get it going. You're building something that has a center point, and the strongest center point that you can make, the better for this fire that you're going to ignite. So knowing how to use your paper and your cardboard is going to be essential here. So when you're getting it going, you want to have a couple of thin strips like this. Not too much. This is just enough to get your start started. So you just rip it nice and long, have good pieces. Just like this. This is what I love about newspaper, not this weird paper stuff that burns like greenish blue. This stuff rips nice and clean like this. I have pretty much straight edges. So you want to get those torn, right? Then get a wad of paper going. And you want something that looks a little bit like this. You got your little frills on the edge, those will take off and light, and then your core will be what retains most of the energy to light your wood. So for example, we'll take it, we'll wad it nice and good, we'll light it. See, now it's taken off really nicely. And you want to... So when you're lighting any kind of paper or cardboard, you want to make sure it has the light frills and holding it upside down, because fire travels up. You can see how long that paper's taken to burn. Most paper will just kind of light up and take off. So here it is without wadding it. It's gonna go really quickly. It's halfway burnt. That's a quarter burnt. And there it goes. That's all that little string of paper had, while the wad is still burning. That's what you need. You need that wad to concentrate heat so it stays burning longer. Now, burning with cardboard is definitely my method of choice because of how thick it is versus regular paper. It retains more energy and burns longer. So I also fold it up like a log, like that. Kind of twist it a little bit so it's nice and tight. Not too tight, but tight enough that it's going to burn. And then I want to start on my edge. So I'll get it lit. I'll try and light multiple edges and get it going, and holding it up like this. See, it's actually taking a long time to burn. That's why I'm able to hold it here for as long as I am. But you don't want to be doing this. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. So now that it's lit, I would put it in there. Then I would start building a fire on top of that. But you don't just throw it on. You lay the wood in this kind of a fashion. So let's start with building our fire. The very common method to building a fire is laying the sticks like this. You lay them in a teepee kind of a fashion. I have come up with a different way that works for me pretty well, and it's kind of like laying a house. So I'm gonna take my chunk of wood, I'm gonna put it here on the left side. I'm gonna take my other large piece of wood, and I'm gonna put it on the right side. Next, I'm gonna get cardboard. So now I have my cardboard and it goes here. I'm gonna try and light it single-handedly, as quickly as I can. Okay, I'm gonna angle it upward so the fire catches. Yeah, look at that, I thought it was gonna die. I'm gonna get it so it burns the edges real nice. There we go. So I'm pretty happy with that. But I do recommend getting another piece of cardboard, because again, our start's very important here. I'm gonna get it going. There we go. We have a nice start. So now I'm gonna grab my smallest sticks and I'm gonna lay them like this. Just in the corner, just kind of like a crossing fashion. As well as I can. See, I'm not too pressured to rush because the cardboard is doing most of the work for me. And then we'll just kind of get it more centered in there, sneak that one underneath. And then we'll keep laying them on here to get our fire going. You can hear the crackles are very nice. And you see how I'm just building it? I've essentially made it, and I don't really need to do much more adding wood until it gets really nice and hot down at the base. So now my fire is going really good, and to create a draw to get it going much nicer, close the door, but not all the way, so you have a nice gap here to get a draw, and it kind of sped up. You can see, and I take it away, and then it speeds up again. So now my fire's going pretty good. Now we can take our medium-sized pieces and kind of lay it in like that, just almost hugging it from the sides. And then that's gonna build up a lot of heat in here, and then it's gonna fall into itself and keep it going. So we're gonna close this back down for a draw. See how it's sped up? And so it's getting faster oxygen in and getting that wood nice and hot. So I've got it to catch pretty good. I'm gonna close my door, and that's gonna allow the fireplace to heat up and make it easier to burn the wood. Not only will the heat be coming from the base of the fire, it'll also be coming from all around. And that'll help keep the fire going because now it's inside of a hot box. Now that our fire is going really nicely, we can add bigger pieces, like this one. And that's it. That's how you get a nice fire going. You can stay warm. You don't have to throw a bunch of paper in there and then it just, now you're out of paper. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.